atmosphere like this level right now, he's getting nervous right now. He's nervous. He wanted this fight. Now he's talking a lot of mad.
He's definitely real. I don't like him. I don't like him all. And it's just with these fights, I think it just brings that out in you. I think the more you dislike somebody, the better it is.
David Benavidez has just given a terrifying final message to David Morrell. Both fighters will face off on February 1st, 2025 at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Benavidez has warned Morrell, saying, "I want to fight people who have confidence that they can beat me up, but I'm going to break his mouth." The tension between them has escalated, with both fighters eager to prove themselves in the ring.
Fight is that one?
That's 50-50 right there. If anything, 55-45 for Benavidez. I love David versus David. I love everything about the fight. The thing I feel that Benavidez has over Morrell is experience, is true strength.
Benavidez initiated a handshake, but Morrell refused, adding fuel to their already intense rivalry. The tension was evident in their heated face-offs, with both fighters exchanging verbal jabs leading up to fight night. Benavidez, known for his relentless pressure, remains confident, while Morrell, a skilled technician, believes he has the tools to dismantle his opponent. With both men undefeated, the stakes are higher than ever.
I think he's getting put into a corner now where he's running out of excuses. He said that the only thing I bring is 25 extra pounds and I'm not worth nothing, but he's asking 200 million, and now he's gonna find me in the same night. That shit is just stupid, bro. Like, you just tell people you don't want to fight.
You think like his hunger is dissipating?
I don't know. I can't talk to you about what his hunger is or how his training is or how he feels. I can only speak to you about myself. But for me, it looks like fear. It looks like fear, like he's scared of me.
Moreover, in an interview, Benavidez expressed that his fight with Morrell is personal, emphasizing his strong dislike for him. He believes that emotions like dislike fuel the intensity of a fight, making it even more thrilling.
For me, man, you know yourself. You know, there's just some fighters that want that challenge, that they want to challenge themselves. And this is why I chose this fight, because it looked like the hardest fight on paper, and I want to challenge myself.
We're going to go a little bit deeper into the relationship with y'all a little bit later, but before I move on, is the bad blood real? If you really don't like him?
Yeah,
really don't like him?
It's definitely real. I don't like him. I don't like him all. And it's just with these fights, I think it just brings that out in you. I think the more you dislike somebody, the better it is for the fight and for the self.
Yeah, that's what boxing is about.
The Al Helwani show. There was a heated discussion about David Morrell's upcoming fight with David Benavidez. David Benavidez and David Morrell got into a heated argument ahead of their fight. The tension was undeniable as both fighters refused to back down. The rivalry is boiling over, making their showdown even more personal and explosive.
Benavidez, let me...
hold on, before you get started, it's funny because you have so much stuff to say before the press conference, all this and that I'm a logo pop, and you're gonna knock me out, that I don't have nothing. But now look at you, scared, you don't have shit to say. What's up with all that you would say? How come you're not saying all that now? You there, you can't even talk, you know, bro. He's all nervous. He's all nervous.
Bro, you just saying,
what's all that?
It was claimed that Morrell's management would make more money from the fight than Morrell himself. This raises serious questions about fighter pay and management deals in boxing. Ariel pressed the issue, asking how Morrell felt about the situation and whether he believed his team was truly supporting him.
You said that Morrell's management is going to earn more money off this fight than Morrell himself, and you want to know how he's
about that. Look, now
so David, for David Morrell, what is your response to this? Is this
all
true?
your managers are bullshit. More money. How does that feel? I thought the managers were with you. I thought the people were with you. How you fucking managers making more money than you? How are you making more money than you?
Morrell, is that true?
Listen,
David Benavidez has given an update on his training camp, stating that everything is going smoothly as he prepares for Morrell. He has been pushing himself hard and sparring without any injuries, ensuring he's in top condition for fight night.
My arms are short for my height, so I gotta find ways to get. You know what I'm saying? I bring this in, so it's here. I bring that in for maximum power, but also so I'm in a good range. Yeah. I can't be out here because I got shorter arms. I'm here. Somebody like you gonna counter this. Yeah. You can be a really good fighter. Both hands. Yeah. You can be all-time great. You make this great. That's the hand. Because that will open up these other hands. It's gonna make it easy. Anything you do here, that blinds you. You're blind. Bing. Yeah. Bing. Off to the side. You gotta turn your head. I get off so I can exit. It's just rinse and repeat. That's it right there. That's it right there. He bit for it. Yeah, he bit.
At the press conference, Benavidez made his intentions clear, stating that his only goal is to inflict as much damage on David Morrell as possible. Focused and determined, he sees this fight as a chance to prove his dominance, promising an aggressive performance when they finally step into the ring.
It's a complicated fight. You know it's going to be hard, but now that all this is happening, how you feel different about him?
That's more fuel. That's more fuel to the flame to go in there and do what I got to do. Now, I'm really going to go in there and I'm going to put a beating on him.
Okay, so we're waiting, guys, in case you are watching the stream. We're waiting for David Morrell to come back here and try to do this in a pacific way.
Benavidez Sr. has also spoken about Morrell, acknowledging his focus and determination for this fight. He has noticed Morrell's willingness and attention, recognizing that he is highly motivated and training hard. However, he believes that despite Morrell's dedication, nerves are starting to show.
Atmosphere like this level right now, he's getting nervous right now. He's nervous. He wanted this fight. Now he's talking a lot of shit. He's mad. You know, what the fuck? You know, he should be happy. So we're super motivated. You know, David's super focused. And these are the type of fights that we need. At the end of the day, you know, he has everything to gain. We have nothing to gain out of this fight. You know, we have everything to lose, nothing to gain. You know, but at the end of the day, it's a great fight for the people. People wanted to see this fight, and we're ready. We're ready to.
Benavidez, a former world champion and the undefeated Mexican monster with a 29-0 record in 24 KOs, remains highly determined for every fight, including his showdown with Morrell. While Morrell has been talking trash, Benavidez has stayed silent, taking note of everything said. He plans to respond not with words but with action in the ring. He believes the trash talk only fuels the fight, making it even more intense.
David Morrell, when he says,
let me. I want to. You don't have problems. You don't have problems. You don't have problems. No, for this. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. Hell no. I'm gonna break it. Talking all that shit. Talking all that shit. When you have a cooperate, son, you know that's gonna be. Man, but you boys, that's my gift to you. Battle, man. Like, just what the fuck you mean? What are you saying? What are you doing? Man, you're stupid. I'll beat you. No, man. Okay, what do you do? Okay, baby, what do you do? Whatever you do. Alright. And then I want you to come ready because I want you guys whatever you do. I want you guys to whatever you do. Whatever you do. Whatever you do.
Benavidez thrives on facing tough opponents who believe he can't beat them. Regarding Canelo, he dismisses claims that he's avoiding the fight out of fear. He insists that's not the case, as he's never been afraid of tough challengers. Benavidez is always ready to prove himself against the best.
And collect a big bag on my head after the fight. Like, this is I'm doing David Morrell. You know what I mean? It's the hardest fight, but I'm not scared of nobody. You know what I mean? I like I said, I embrace the challenge. So for Canelo and his fans saying that I don't bring nothing to the table, I don't do this, I don't do that, man, they're all scared. Just like how he's scared. You know what I mean? And if he wants to come prove that I ain't shit, come prove it in front of everybody. It's that easy.
So I feel like it's just a bunch of excuses on his end.
It's just a bunch of excuses, bro. At the end of the day, it's a bunch of excuses and it's a bunch of pride. Because after I beat him, you know,
like
what they don't like is that I'm Mexican, that I'm also Mexican, and I'm here in the United States.
Benavidez is an absolute powerhouse in the ring, a relentless warrior with incredible speed, power and aggression. His dominance has been so undeniable that even Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed champion, is feeling the pressure. Canelo knows fans want him to fight David Benavidez, but deep down he hesitates. He calls it a possibility but never fully commits, leaving doubt about whether he truly wants the challenge.
David Benavidez, American, from Arizona, from Phoenix, Arizona, debut 2013 through 2021. I think he is still fighting. His last fight most likely occurred in 2021. Oh wait, November 13th, he's got an upcoming fight versus Jose Uzcatagu, Colombian. But his last one was a TKO, took place March 13, 2021. 24, and we got another undefeated.
David Morrell is going to put up one hell of a fight. I just think David Benavidez is not what people think he is. I see a highly skilled fighter with good fluidity in his punches and his moves. The guy, to me, is one of the best fighters in the world. And I'm talking about skill-wise. Like, he got fast hands. He throws great flurries. He knows how to break you down systematically. His defense is far better than people give him credit. Him against Olisama Bolton, I was like, brother, this guy looks great. right? He just need more time at 175, which I think he got.
David Morrell and David Benavidez fight. Yeah. Is that a fight that you?
Oh, got it. Yeah. So the story with he and I was, I met him when he was a kid, and he told me I'm going to be a world champion someday, and then I run into him and he's a world champion. That's happened to me so many times. Usually with MMA fighters, not boxing. That's when I was sort of kicking the tires in boxing, and yes, I will watch that fight.
Jake Paul also claims that Canelo was afraid of fighting David Benavidez because he knows Benavidez could beat him and become an overnight superstar. Paul suggests that Canelo doesn't want to risk his legacy by facing such a dangerous opponent, which is why he hesitates to take the fight.
A lot of boxers don't do this. This is why Canelo's not fighting Benavidez. Why would Canelo fight Benavidez, who's relatively unknown, and Benavidez beats him and Benavidez becomes overnight a superstar? That's Canelo's letting Benavidez make a name off of it. So you're saying that you're going to make
Even Dimitri Bivol has praised Benz's skills, revealing that he is impressive in sparring and capable of competing at the highest level.
Spar it's very different than a fight. I have a lot of sparrings when I wasn't good, when I was good. I'm not seeing on the sparring like on the fight. I'm checking, I'm just trying to do something, I just have some mission for one sparring and I try to do it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. But with Benavidez it was good sparrings, and I can't say that something was not good. Now it's Canelo, he has belts, of course he's the best in 168. They need to prove it, they need to earn belts, then we will see. We have rules, you have belts, you are best.
However, as Benavidez pushes hard for this fight, David Morrell is not far behind. Morrell is equally excited and committed, training intensely to ensure an incredible fight outcome. He sees this as a massive opportunity and is determined to showcase his skills, proving he belongs among the best.
Man, let's check it for everybody that Benavidez was. You know what we call? Yeah. That's it. Look, the Benavidez versus Pound, 12 rounds. This time the receiver. And I fight them before. I think so. Not too much power. So he's the big guy. He's stronger too. So you have like the two lefts. You training hard. You have power. You have everything. But not nothing for you. I can dance. Move. I can dance. You can dance. That's it.
Teddy Atlas recently analyzed the matchup, acknowledging Morrell's Cuban boxing background in his 100-plus fights. Despite being less experienced at the pro level, Atlas emphasized that Benavidez is more controlled, technical and battle-tested, making him a dangerous and strategic fighter who knows exactly what he's doing inside the ring.
I think the purer puncher probably is Morrell for one shot. He's the less experienced guy, but he's got that Cuban background, with the amateur pedigree, over 100-something fights. He's got experience. Even though he's got a lot less fights professionally, he's got experience. He hasn't fought the resume professionally that Benavidez has, so that's in favor of Benavidez. The experience, always important. But also the pedigree, like I said, where he comes from, Cuba, how, you come from that island that from the beginning when you first put those gloves on, it's all about becoming a world champ. Part of it is to escape the communist country, to get to a better life, to get to where you can pursue dreams, to get over here where you can become a world champion. And that is all there. But Benavidez comes from those bloodlines too, where it's all about with him and his father, and his family. It's all about being a champion, staying a champion, being proud, representing yourself in and out of the ring as a champion. The power. Both guys are known for that.
The difference between David Morrell and David Benavidez is clear. Benavidez is a non-stop high-volume fighter who thrives on pressure. He loves getting in close and has raw aggression in his DNA. He has openly stated that all of Morrell's trash talk is fueling his motivation and he's determined to settle it in the ring. Benavidez Sr. has also acknowledged Morrell's skills, making it clear that Team Benavidez isn't underestimating him. He called Morrell a tough, talented fighter and assured that they are preparing at the highest level, knowing this would be no easy fight against such a dangerous opponent.
Quote, I don't want to fight someone who doesn't mean something for my career. And the best out there now is David Morrell.
I see him coming up to 175, talking about it. I'm gonna shut his ass up. And also, it would be a bigger pay-per-view if we wait later. His name is not that big, but I don't.
They just talk the way you want your fighters to talk. They're all about the smoke. They want to fight everybody. It seems like whoever would win the Morrell Benavidez might get the shot. But at the end of the day, we got a guy who wants to fight with a tough guy.
David Morrell is so good. David Morrell is a high-risk, low-reward fighter. You have to overpay people to step in the ring. If you don't overpay them, you won't get them in the ring. As simple as that, Jack. So, David Morrell going into 2024, one of the most exciting fighters, got an exciting style. Has a fan base in Minnesota. You know, that's the knock on the Cubans. No international distribution on the Cuban feed because they don't show the fights. Has a fan base in Minnesota. Now we need to see the fights. Vladimir Shishkin, Christian and Billy. Any of those guys on the back end of the top 10, I want to see them in with them.
While many favor Benavidez, there's a real chance this could go terribly wrong for him. Unlike most fighters in his position, Benavidez is taking a major risk rather than waiting for a Canelo payday. He's stepping up, essentially becoming the Canelo to Morrell by giving him a shot.
There's a huge demand for this fight, Dave Morrell and David Benavidez. For me, though, I never had a huge demand because I think it's a bit early. And when you look at his last fight, Riyadh season, David Morrell didn't look that good. But a lot of people don't think David Benavidez is that good. I thought he looked great. I just thought he gassed out, but I thought he looked phenomenal. This fight, though, reminds me a bit of how they moved along Vargas. Remember when Vargas fought Trinidad? People wanted that fight when they saw it. He was a little too young, and he was showing a lot of promise, but I think they moved him along too quick. Don't be surprised if David Benavidez gives him boxing. David Benavidez, I think he's going to show some movement, shoot the jab. He does he. I think Morrell has a puncher's chance. And I think it's a phenomenal puncher's chance because he's so athletically gifted.
Benavidez and David Morrell, right? This is the type of fights boxing needs. Two young fighters, great fighters in their division. They moved up to 175. They were at 168. The fight wasn't made there for 175. David said, you know what, let's make this fight happen. The first few pictures, it looks like David has some weight to take off. He looks like the Tyson Fury of the 175, but that doesn't matter, right? It's all about your fighting technique, your fighting style. I think David Morrell has a great opportunity to showcase his skills, but I don't think it'll be enough to beat a David Benavidez. I think David Benavidez has a little bit too much power and too much combinations for David Morrell. David Morrell hasn't, fought anybody that is maybe top 2, top 3. David Benavidez has been in there with Caleb Plant, has been in there with some good fighters. So he is coming into the fight a favorite. But let me know what you guys think of that fight. All right, let me know what you guys.
Morrell brings a unique blend of size, speed, and power with a more aggressive, knockout-oriented approach. He isn't as experienced, but his athleticism, sharp angles, and southpaw stance present serious problems. The concerns about Benavidez's tendency to square up and his forward-moving aggression could be exploited if Morrell counters effectively. However, Benz's pressure hand speed and underrated skill set might be too much.
Yeah, listen, I'll give massive props to Benavidez because I've rated Morrell very highly for a long time. In Los Angeles, I got to watch him up close, and I really wasn't impressed with what I saw, but I just think he had an off night. He's a very good fighter, and Benavidez really doesn't need to be taking that fight, but he is. So listen, big respect to David Benavidez. That's a great fight, and we want to see great fights. I hope there's more fighters like David Benavidez that said, no, I'll back myself. I don't give a fuck about Morrell. I know everyone rates him and he's this Cuban killer. I'll beat him. Get me in with him. Fair play. Well done, David Benavidez.
Great fight as well. Really, really good fight. It's great to see. Yes, isn't it? I mean, boxing planet at the minute, but I really rip Benavidez. Hard to look past him, not one for me.
Pros analyzing the fight see it as a true clash of styles. Morrell brings power while Benavidez overwhelms opponents with relentless volume. Morrell may need this fight more, but Benavidez took it anyway, proving his warrior mentality. If Morrell wins, he becomes a star, but he's risking everything by challenging a beast who thrives in brutal, high-paced battles.
I know I say that every fight, but it's just I'm getting better and better. I'm more experienced. You know, now I'm physically, emotionally, spiritually. I'm at one with myself, and I'm just ready. I'm ready. These are the type of challenges I want. I don't shy away from no fight or no fighter. You know what I mean? And that's definitely what I'm going to show February 1st.
You think like you break them down like later in the rounds? Like do you catch them early and break them down early, like we saw with Andrade?
To be honest with you, I'm gonna just put a game plan together and I'm gonna just follow my game plan. I don't know if it's gonna come early. I don't know if it's gonna come late, but I will be trying to knock them out. You know, that's what I do every single fight. I go in there and I just break people down and I beat the shit out of them. It's going to be the same thing.
Given the last performance, I know you said at the post-fight you were injured, you're dealing with a lot of things. What do you make of like the perception of David at 175 from fans now? And do you think it's fair?
Honestly, I don't care what nobody says. I know exactly what I do. I know that 7 weeks left to the fight, I tore the tendon. 8 weeks left to the fight, tore the tendon. I got closer to 4 weeks only using one hand.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned until next time.